pattern I've created for this hand mirror is full of many curves and circles. Because of that, we're going to use the modified knife almost exclusively for all this carving. To begin with, it may help you to take a pencil and lightly shade in the areas to remove so you don't get confused. We'll take out this section inside here, and then we'll take out this section all in here. This circle here we won't carve out, and I'll explain to you later on what we'll be doing with that. Along the edges, we'll be taking out this in the background and leaving the circular features. So shade in as much of that as necessary, and then we'll go ahead and get started in our carving. Seeing as we'll be making many curves, we'll need to turn this hand mirror easily, so be sure it's on a surface where you can spin it around. I'm going to start with this section right inside here and take that out to begin with. I'll start down here on the point where it's very shallow because there's not much width to it, and as I come up to the top, that's where you need more depth, and I want to turn the hand mirror underneath my knife. Okay, that one came right out, and I'll follow it along down here. Okay, that one came out well. Even though it split out ahead of my cut, it still came out nice and smooth. If there's any part that needs cleaning up, right in the end I'm going to do it. Just a little bit of cleanup right there. Okay, next I'll work on this section out here, and I want to carve away from this section that I just took out. Oh, by the way, this cut that we just took out is very similar to cuts that you'll practice in the power workout. So check that out, and you'll see that your practice there will help you when it comes to carving this shape. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this in position so I can start by taking this out back here. Now to start this cut, I want to start up in here. You need to go up beyond the end point of the pattern when you begin. Okay, I'm going to get ready to turn my hand mirror. We need a little more depth through there because it's wide through this portion of the chip, and then I can draw the knife out as it gets narrower through here, and as I come on down, again extend past the end where the pattern stops. Right there, you want to extend past there a little ways. I need to make this cut next around here before I take the outside cut and remove the chip. Start here, and I'm going to go down and get my depth as I turn the hand mirror underneath my knife. It's wide, and go back down for your depth through there. Okay, now we're set to start back here. I'll make a straight cut along here and get ready to turn along the outside and see if I can get most of that chip out in one pass. Now I go down for some more depth through here. Okay, it didn't come out. I'm going to concentrate on my cross grain cuts. Probably need a little more depth on some of those before that chip will come out. I'm going to start up here. Maybe I need a little more depth through there. That helped. Okay. Come back through here. Cross grain right through there. Yep, now it's all coming out. So concentrate on those cross grain cuts, especially where it gets wider through here. I think if I come right in through here, it's going to help. And right up in here, there it is. That's where it was hanging up. Okay. A little bit of cleanup right here. And there's one piece right down here that still remains. Don't pry it out. Go back in and take it out like that. Okay, so you can see what this shape looks like now that I've removed it all. Repeat that in each of these spaces out here, and then we'll go ahead and take out these sections back here and work on the top and bottom after that. With this detail done on the inside, you can see how striking that looks. I can hardly wait to get this done. Next, we'll take out these chips on the outside. Again, if you need any direction, you might want to put the deepest point of the chip, which is a dot, right in the center. You can add that with your pencil, or simply shade it in if that helps you to remember which way to cut. Again, we can use our modified knife for the curve cuts, and we can use our standard knife for the outside cuts. I'll start over here. Start on the outside from shallow and go down and get your depth with the point of your knife. Pick up where you left off. We'll start right here. Plunge straight down to get your depth. Draw it out to the end. Turn your mirror. And we'll start here. From shallow, get your depth. This one came out because it was with the grain, and finish the cut all the way to the end. Okay, there's one. Do that same thing for the remaining chips around the outside of the ring. Okay, now we're all set to move to the outside. And to start there, we want to go back to our modified knife. And we'll take these cuts around the circles and the oval to begin with. So it doesn't matter where you start, we'll just work from one side to the other. So I think I'll begin over here, cut around this circle, the next one, and so on, all the way around the ring. Get your depth when you hit the wider part of the chip, like through here. There's the width, so I need more depth. And from there we'll just go on to the next one and work my way right around the outside. With all these shapes outlined, using my modified knife, I've now switched back to my standard cutting knife to make a sweeping cut around the inside and then around the outside to remove all these chips. I'll start on the inside. Very shallow along the sides. And it gets deeper in through here. And continue this all the way around the inside of your shape. Then next, start on the outside, and hopefully all these chips will all come out around the outside. If they don't, we'll do a little cleanup and get them out. Okay, it looks like the majority of those chips all came out. This one here is still a little hung up. It's free on this end. So most likely down here, I'll concentrate on the cross-grain cuts at the deepest part of the chip. Right there I could hear it pop a little bit. And I'll come around the circle once again with my modified knife. Probably right down there. With all the carving done in the hand mirror, next I'll show you what we'll be doing with these circles around our rosette and on both sides of the handle. In the craft store, I found these self-adhesive gemstones that we're going to add in these circles around the rosette and on both sides of the handle. On the drill press, I used a 1/4 inch brad bit to drill a very shallow relief in each of these sections and on the handle. In that area is where I'll put these self-adhesive gemstones. Now there are 12 circles where I'll put the gemstones in, and you can see that each color has 6. So that means I'm going to alternate either contrasting colors or complementary colors of the gemstones in these circles, and I've decided to use the green, dark green alternated with light green. Just peel it off and carefully put it in the space that you drilled out, and it sticks right in place. Then the next one I'll use will be a light green in the next spot. And so on all the way around the rosette, and I'll do the same on the handle. Even though these gemstones are only plastic, they do add a nice look to our hand mirror. Thanks for joining me for this lesson on how to carve the hand mirror. I'll see you here again next time, and remember, introduce a kid to chip carving.